Hello, my friends. About a week ago, I uploaded a video on this swipe, and I came up with the idea of doing a swipe and then following it up with a video of a brush painting of the Flower of the Month series. So, if you missed this video, I will link it up above. Then I took the leftovers from this, and I thought, well, I'll have some more left. I'll pour another one for the next month's background. And then I got to thinking, well, that's kind of dumb for me to be pouring 12 very similar paintings. So I came up with a brilliant idea of having copies made, canvas copies made at canvas discount. And voila, here they are. I opted for the 8" by 8" because the 12 by 12s were quite a bit more expensive. These were very inexpensive. So if you're thinking of following along with me on this, you might do the same thing. Pour your original, take a picture, and then order some more. These were less than $4. And I think they would be really cute in a little display of all 12 of them when they're done. Anyway, that's what my plan is. So, they're a little slick. I ordered 6 at a time, thinking I'll see how I like them. But they're a little slick to paint on, so I sprayed with a clear matte spray, Krylon 1311, to give it a little tooth. So hopefully that is sufficient for the paint to stick to it, but we'll find out shortly. So I want to keep it very simple and just do a kind of impressionistic looking painting. So this is what I came up with. This is kind of what I'll be going for. I did this the other night when I couldn't sleep. I could not get to sleep. I had restless leg, and I had a song running through my head. It was miserable. So I came out here and painted this in preparation for this video, and I think it's kind of pretty. And this is the look I want for all 12 of them. Just a suggestion, not anything super realistic. So that's what we're going to be going for today. And I am using Grumbacher paints because I like them a lot for this type of thing. I'm using Deep Violet, Dioxazine Purple, Prussian Blue, and then my green tones for the leaves will be made of black, lamp black, and cad yellow medium, I think is the one I used. Now, I did this probably 3 nights ago, and when I was done, I had so much paint. This is all I used. I mean, you could see I barely used any paint to create that. And when I was done, I spritzed it with water and then covered it with this press and seal. And my acrylic paints are still very usable. It's amazing. I mean, I hated to waste that white. Oh, and white, of course. So those are the only colors I used, 4, 5, 6 colors. And that's what we will continue with today. So you're going to need a palette paper, some decent brushes. I have an obscene amount of brushes, and I'm not bragging, I'm confessing. It's just no one should have as many brushes as I have. I have probably, I didn't want to tell you how many hundreds I have, but I keep reaching for the same ones. I really like these brushes by Global Art. I'll put a link down below if I can find it for the website where I get them. And yeah, I have several, and I really like them. Really, they're the only brushes I need. But whatever you get, buy the best brushes you can and then take care of them. There are several ways, different brush cleaners out there. I like both of these. Pink soap. It's very liquidy. Oh, look, Mona Lisa. And this is more like a cake form. I've had this for years and it still works real well. This one is called the Masters Brush Cleaner and Preserver. Both of them are good for oil paints, acrylics, watercolor. So very versatile. And that's about it. So I'm going to pause here and figure out how close you need to be in order to see what I'm doing and to see the palette as well. So I'll get back with you in just a minute. Okay, I think you can see both the canvas and the palette. I also, of course, have paper towel and fresh water standing by. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to do the whole thing in real time. I probably will end up speeding up parts of it, but I'll try to explain what I'm doing and then speed it up, because otherwise this would take forever. I think that took me about an hour and a half to paint this, but I was thinking about it and planning, and now that I've done it once, I should be able to do it a little faster. So there's plenty of green on here already. I'm going to just kind of block in some masses of purple. Did I mention, of course, the flower of the month is violet for February. Violet and primrose. I chose to do the violet because they're sweet and they bring me memories. So you can use a palette knife and mix your colors together, but I like to brush mix, meaning I just dip it into the various colors and they mix right on my brush. I'm just going to slap the paint on here, and it seems to be adhering okay to the canvas, and it will when I paint on top of what I'm applying here, it'll get easier and easier. So this is fine. This is all I want, was just kind of an indication of color. Let's add a little blue. I'm going to go into the dioxazine and the black to add some real darks in here. And making it get lighter as it goes out. All right. Isn't that beautiful? Kidding. All right. Kind of tickling the edges to feather it out a bit. Again, this is impressionist. It's not anything real looking. Okay. I'm going to rinse out that brush, set it aside. And now we're going to start building up some, we'll start building up the flowers. I'm going to take here I told you how much I love these brushes, and I'm using a different one. This was I think this was from Michael's, very inexpensive, but it's a filbert brush. Do you see how it's round on the end of the brush rather than a flat brush? And that makes really nice petals. It does a lot of the work for you. So I'm going to go into my medium tone. I'm considering the violet, what is it called? Well, this is called deep violet, kind of the medium mid-tone, and a little bit of white. Can you see my white? Move that over a little bit, except that being left-handed, I don't want to drag my hand through my palette. Okay, now I'm going to start with some flowery shapes. Violets have 5 petals, 2 kind of roundy ones at the top, and then kind of a longer one there, and then 2 little ones on the side, smaller. All right, I'm going to go into the blue. Not cleaning my brush, I'm just, this way I'm getting all sorts of colors in there. And we'll do another one, but it's going to be kind of hidden by this flower, so we're not going to see the whole thing. Don't worry about overlapping. And don't worry, there's lots more to come after this. I mean, we're not we're going to be adding a lot to it. We're just going to be building layers and layers of color. I will be honest with you and tell you this is very nerve-wracking to try to paint while somebody's watching. For me anyway, it's hard to talk aloud about what you're doing, and because half the time I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going for it. I have them go every which way. Maybe over here we'll just see part of one. So I'm getting, the more I go, the more relaxed I'm getting with what I'm doing. Now I'm going to take that brush and just kind of add some little flashes of color here and there in the background. Because why not? I don't want just a big blob in the center. Oh, maybe I should make like a little blossomy thing over here. Oop, that's a little bright. That's okay. I'm going to do another one. All right, now I'm going to go back and kind of dress up some of these with some other colors. So let me go into the blue, maybe put a little blue around some of the edges. Because I'm working fast, I'm working kind of wet into wet, which is nice because the colors will blend for you. You don't have to put a lot of thought into it. I don't want them all look alike though, so let me add some dark purple to the reddish ones. Maybe I better add a little white though to make it show up more. Yeah, that's better. Oh, I like that. So keeping in mind the basic shape, which is 2 round ones and then a larger one toward the bottom and 2 little side petals. But then sometimes you just see part of one, and vary the sizes of the flowers as well. Okay, now I'm going to go into the white more, brighten some of these up. Okay, now I think I'll speed up that part I just showed you. Now, cleaned out my brush. Not thoroughly, I might have a little violet in there yet, but I'm going to pick a couple of these to be, maybe 3 of them, to be kind of a focal point. So probably 1, 2, 3, those 3. So I'm going to go in there and give them a little more white. You can really see the texture of the canvas there. A little more here. And here, and here, and here. I think particularly on that, the bottom large petal, I want to emphasize the white, kind of a throat, because I'm going to be adding little bits of yellow there, and I want it to show up. I want to tone those down, those back ones. All right. All right, now let's see. Now we need some leafy shapes in there. I'll let that dry and clean out my brush. And now I'm going to mix some black and yellow, just brush mix, and pull down some black, good amount of yellow, and it makes a nice natural green. And I'm just going to tuck in some big green shapes. They're kind of round, raggedy edge leaves. Let's go in. Just want to tuck them in. I'm winging it, my friends. It's not like there's only one way to do this, you know? So that's why I can't really explain what I'm doing. I'm just feeling my way along here. Put some green in here too, because of course they don't really grow in clumps like this, I don't think. They're, but I'm taking artistic license. But see how by adding the darks there, it helps with the depth. So I'm tucking in little dark shapes here, and you kind of almost reshape some of your petals if you want. That looks funny. I'm going to tone that down. That's almost too dark. All right, let's add some kind of stemmy looking things in here. I have to go into the white and oh, I gotta add some stems for these blossom things I did. They're a little weird. I'm not really liking those. I mean, any more color? Huh, I don't know. All right, now let's see. I need some yellow. So I'm gonna find a little frayed liner brush. I'm gonna dot it into the yellow and add some little, just a few dots of center of these leaves that really nice little spark of color there. Bring them to life. Don't go overboard with them. And I want the ones in the three center ones the brightest. So I have a little green in here now to make them a little, they're still there, but they're not as dominant. Maybe I could make those look like blossoms as well. Oops. Now I think I'll add some, just some curly cues to kind of tie it all together. This is not supposed to be a clump of flowers growing in this background. It's just a little bouquet on with this as your as a background, but not a, what am I trying to say? Not a realistic thing by any stretch. I'm going to take brush, mix some black and yellow, and make a dark inky consistency. So black and yellow and a lot of water. And just add some kind of curlicue things. Just to kind of doll it up a little bit. Not sure how I feel about those little things I dabbed out there, so I would probably work some more on those, but I gotta stop this video. It's way too long. But you get the idea. Maybe I should take my filbert and add some more little dashes of white. Maybe that's better. Make them look like another little type of flower back there. I just didn't like those things I added. So I'm disguising them with little dabs of white. You could keep going, you know, add a little more white here and there. I mean, at some point you gotta stop, but you can see the more you play with it, the more interesting it becomes, and there's no limit to what you could do. Though this looks very unfinished over here. That one needs more work. Dab it in there. So there you go. That's my attempt at the flower of the month, violets. In fact, maybe I should keep it this way, and I'll try to record the video with this being the bottom. I don't know, folks. Should I continue? I'm sorry to be so wishy-washy about it. But there you have it. Don't be afraid. Have fun with it, and I'll see you next time.